It's a strange contradiction of biology. Sometimes the most toxic thing you can introduce into an organism's environment is pure, unadulterated affection. Take the case of Mrs. Pumphrey and her dog, Tricki. They lived a life of immense wealth, surrounded by every comfort imaginable. Because Mrs. Pumphrey adored her pet, she fed him a constant stream of human treats. Tricky's daily intake consisted of heavy cream, rich cakes, and chocolate. The biology reacted exactly as you would expect. Tricki packed on massive amounts of weight. He stopped running, refused to play, and spent his days lying around with absolutely zero energy. By removing all boundaries and giving the dog whatever he wanted, the owner had inadvertently turned her love into a slow-moving poison. The breaking point arrived when Tricky's body simply gave out. He stopped eating entirely and refused to even stand up. Watching him decline, Mrs. Pumphrey panicked. She assumed he was suffering from a severe, mysterious internal disease that was slowly killing him. Desperate, she called in James Herriot, a local, highly pragmatic veterinary doctor. Faced with a wealthy, terrified client and a dog that looked close to death, everyone involved anticipated a massive, complex medical intervention to save the animal. To the terrified owner, saving this dog was going to require immediate life-or-death surgery. When Herriot finally examined Tricki, he kept his thoughts to himself. While Mrs. Pumphrey braced for a terrifying diagnosis of a rare pathogen, Herriot saw the stark reality. The dog was suffering from severe metabolic distress, caused entirely by consuming too many calories and burning almost none. His first move was decisive. He took Tricki out of the lavish house and drove him straight back to his veterinary clinic. Breaking a toxic cycle of indulgence requires physical separation. The animal had to be removed from the enabler's environment to survive. Back at the clinic, the reality of the situation looked very different from an intensive care unit. There were no scalpels used, no anesthesia was administered, and absolutely no medications were prescribed. Instead, Herriot placed him on a strict fasting regimen. For the first 2 days, Tricki received nothing but plenty of fresh water. Next, he introduced the dog into a pack of active, energetic animals, forcing him to socialize and compete for resources. This chart illustrates the rapid biological reset. Caloric intake drops sharply to a healthy baseline, while energy expenditure from playing spikes upward, meeting at biological normal. After a few days, his internal system stabilized entirely. The cure for an illness caused by modern luxury was incredibly straightforward, returning the organism to its baseline biological needs. When the time came for Tricki to go home, his physical transformation was undeniable. He had become a fit, muscular, and highly active animal. Mrs. Pumphrey arrived at the clinic, completely shocked by the miraculous turnaround of her pet. Looking at the perfectly healthy dog, she joyfully declared the entire ordeal a triumph of surgery. Herriot didn't correct her. He simply offered a knowing smile. The greatest medical success of his week required no actual medicine. True affection requires the discipline to set hard boundaries. Giving a creature everything at once can destroy it. Ensuring it gets exactly what it needs is what keeps it alive. Lasting health relies entirely on a balanced diet, regular exercise, and pragmatic care. Overindulgence acts as a biological poison, and basic, unglamorous discipline is its most powerful cure.